Hi, my name is Glenda. Welcome to Made by Me. Today I want to show you what's in the tote bag kit so you can get started and have a lot of fun making your own beautiful tote bag. Once you open up your little box, you'll find all of these goodies inside. So you've got a permanent marker pen that's used to go over the outlines of your design once you've decided what your design is and you've transferred it onto your bag using the carbon paper. The carbon paper's inside here. You've got 4 paints, and you can use these paints to mix different colours if you want to, so you can get this sort of thing if you want to use just the single design. You've got 8 small designs like this, and you'll just need to cut those up depending on which 4 you choose. And you've got the choice of doing 2 large designs. So we've got a tui and we've got a karero here. The beautiful paintbrush is ideal for keeping your work nice and neat. The bag itself is made from 10-ounce cotton duck, and it's a very nice quality, and I've painted a white background on for you, so it makes it really easy for you to actually start painting. Okay, we're at a point now where I've got my design laid out, but I'll just show you how I got to this stage. From your designs in your pack, I actually said you had 4 small designs. In fact, you've got 8 in this one. And the idea is to have a good look at them and choose 4 that you like. So I've chosen these 4. I've got a kiwi here, some fish, the flowers, and the karero. And then I've just sellotaped them together, just so that they're not like with lots of sellotape, but just a little bit of sellotape. And then I've sellotaped them to a piece of A4 paper, and then underneath that I've got my carbon paper, and just make sure that it's around the right way so that when you press on the carbon, the design's going to go onto the white paint. And I've actually attached the carbon as well with 2 small pieces of sellotape. You can use lots of sellotape, it doesn't matter because it's all going to come off at the end. Then once your design's in place, you take a blue pen, and the idea is that then you start pressing down, and I always like to start from the top right hand corner. So you just press down like this with your blue pen, and you go around the edges. And once you've done all of the edges, you can remove the design. But it just pays to do this slowly and methodically so that you make sure that you cover all of the actual design. Okay, I'm now nearly finished going around the outline. So I'm just going to do this last stalk here of the cabbage tree, and then I'll remove the papers on top, and you can see what the design looks like underneath. Don't worry if you haven't got every single line or if you've not done everything perfectly, because I'm sure it's going to work out. All right, so that's the last. I've just got these few little circles to do here, and I think that's it. So now you remove everything, including the carbon, and you can see your design is underneath. So that's what it looks like, and it looks pretty good. And then the next job is to use your permanent marker pen, which is in your kit, and go round the edges. Now, when I first started transferring this design, I said to you I always start in the top right hand corner. It was actually the top left hand corner. It doesn't matter where you start with this pen. The idea is to just go over those lines, and you can take them right to the edge of the white if you want to, or you can leave a little bit of a border around it. Again, it doesn't really matter. It's entirely up to you, and you can add bits and pieces. Before I carry on and go around all the outlines, I just wanted to show you this little example of other things that you can do. So in this design here, it's quite a straightforward shape that's from the Pacifica pattern set. I've just filled in like little doodles in each of these areas here, and that's something else you can do if you want to with this pen. So if you need more detail, just feel free to use the pen as you will, and fill in gaps if you like doodling. This looks really nice, and then you can paint on top of that. When you have finished going around all your edges, you can decide whether or not you want to break the area up into 4 actual squares. And if you want to do that, just grab yourself a ruler like this and place it so that it's nice and straight, and you can actually just draw a line down like this. And then you can do the same across the middle, and that way it makes it easy to colour in so that you haven't got the same background in all 4 squares. So that's what I quite like to do. You can also go around the outside edges with your pen if you want a black outline, or you can do that later on. If there's any big gaps like this up here, you can fill that with another couple of squiggles, or you can sign your name. I quite like the idea of putting your name on it so that it is actually made by you. And then we proceed to mixing up the colours for the design and deciding which colours we want to go where. Painting has been completed. You will see that I've used a number of colours. Some of the ones that I talked about before, about mixing up, I've added some white to this blue to give you a lighter blue. I've made some lovely green colours, some purple. That pinky colour is just the fuchsia straight from the jar. I've made it brown here using the predominantly yellow, but a bit of fuchsia and a little bit of blue. And and I've just added lovely features using the white paint as well. If you use the white on the eyes and around this part of the wood pigeon and on these flowers, you'll find you just get your design to pop a little bit more. Feel free to sign your work made by whoever, or you can just put your name at the bottom if you want to. But whatever you do, the important thing is that you heat set your design using a hot iron for about 2 to 3 minutes. I usually place a thin cloth on top of the work and then iron on directly onto the cloth. And that means if your bag gets wet, or if you want to wash your bag, the design will be permanent. I hope you've had an awful lot of fun making your bag, and I hope you feel proud of your work. Thanks so much for joining us on the Made by Me project, and I hope we see you again. Bye for now.